Hello everybody, I am Fuzzyface and welcome back to this Mighty Bantams save on Football Manager. We won our first game of the season last time out. It was in the EFL Cup. We are still yet to win a league match, but we've only played one game. It was a game we dominated against Port Vale. They had a couple of lucky breaks, scored 2 goals. Hopefully we can do a little bit better against Peterborough this time out, who we're meeting this time. We are away at London Road, so it is going to be a little bit difficult here. Chris Forrester there, main player in midfield. So what did they use last time? Nichols and this is actually Paul Taylor. Paul Taylor's actually just signed for Bradford City in real life for this upcoming season, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do against us here. A pretty interesting formation here with no wingers, just 3 across the middle and 2 strikers and an attacking midfielder. Hopefully we can take advantage with that with our possession-based system, although might be a little bit hard with the way they're possibly going to overrun us within the centre of the park. Yeah, we'll keep the tactics the same. We'll keep our tactics the same. We had a pretty strong team out for the EFL Cup. Charlie White this time comes back in for Alex Jones. White, our preferred striker. Jones did really well in that last game, but he's still lacking a little bit of match fitness here. So we're going to possibly bring him on around the 60th minute if we can't get much going. Vansela stays in the centre of midfield this time, so Kilgallen's keeping his place at the back for this game. Vansela worked really well in this deep line playmaker defend position last time. The advanced playmaker attack position worked really well for Billy Clark last time out, so we're going to keep with that from going forward. Other than that, we don't have much, not much change. Yeah, James Meredith's come back into the team. He's now fit enough. He's still trying to get his match sharpness back up to tip-top condition after he was injured in pre-season. Didn't have much of a pre-season. He comes back in now for Matt Penny, who took that position in the cup game. But yeah, so that's it. Hopefully, we can get something out of this Peterborough game. We do have a offer in at the moment. Still waiting for Wooler and Gilead and Derby to be fit enough again. These will all be taking up places on the bench, it would look like. Can we just get to it? Let's go to transfers instead. Liam Kelly. We've put an offer in for Liam Kelly. We're going to have to pay some of his wages. He is an attacking midfielder. He can play midfield as well. Deep line playmaker and players. He's possibly not the best. His stats as a deep line playmaker, but he's decent enough that he's another option there if we need be. He'll be coming in ahead of Danny Devine, but he's really good. He's a really good attacking midfielder. He's rated a little bit better than Nicky Law and Billy Clark. Let's just see what his stats are. So he's pretty decent here for what we need. His teamwork's not the best, it doesn't look like, but maybe he's rated 13 there. Maybe he's pretty decent, but his passing's up there, so he won't fit into this team pretty well. It would be a good rotation option with Billy Clark, so we can sort of swap them about. Billy Clark can maybe, excuse me, Billy Clark can maybe play on the wing for a few games. It gives us that option of switching things up, of resting Marshall or switching Willett to the right wing and playing Clark on the left wing. It does give us a few extra options in the team, which is something we have been really struggling for, and something that we needed to address. So just a few more options going forward further into the season. So we're keeping with this team. We're going to jump straight into this match here. Team's warming up, and once again this game has a draw written all over it. I just can't separate these two sides. Lee Angol and Colin Doyle were both missed. Yeah, Colin Doyle, we're still waiting for him to return. How long's he got until he comes back? He's currently injured, torn ankle ligaments, so he's still a long way out, 6 to 8 weeks before we get Colin Doyle back, and he's going to be even the same when he comes back. We don't know that, do we? But Peterborough the favourites here, so hopefully we can at least get a draw out of this game. It wouldn't be the worst thing if we lost. We don't want to be starting the season off with two losses, but it might be the outcome that we're going to get here. We might be bottom of the table after this one. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Michael Smith, Josh Cullen, obviously. Vansela is the best player, but Cullen is really instrumental to this team. He's a great player in real life. It's a shame that we're not going to get him back on loan this season from West Ham. But we've got him here for this season. Hopefully he's going to continue to be brilliant for us. And there we see they're still playing this 4-3-1-2 formation. Taylor, Nichols up front. Nichols, what's his side? He's pretty fast. His finishing's up there as well. He's very strong and reasonable. Paul Taylor, meanwhile, he's weak, so we can show Taylor onto his weaker foot. He's not the quickest, so maybe we can type Mark Taylor. It looks to be more in a put. You'd think it'd be the other way around, wouldn't you? With Nichols, the faster striker, a bit more further forward. Madison, meanwhile, he's got a weak right foot, so we can show him onto his weak foot. And then there's no wingers in this team at all, so we'll Still need to set this though. I always like to close down on this tactic. Everyone's set, so we are showing Paul Taylor. We're going to type marking. We're going to show him onto his weaker foot. And Madison as well. We can put him onto his weaker foot as well. We tackle him hard, as long as 3 central midfielders this time. We always hard tackle the central midfielders just to try and get the ball back a little bit quicker. So that's good enough there. Sorry, a bit of a cough today. Tell the team that this one is for the fans. Should we keep with that calm? Go out there and impress me, yeah, because we're not really expecting much from this game. We'll just keep it nice and simple. Go out there and impress me. The defenders need a little bit more G'ing up. But calm. I have faith in you guys to make a difference. I'll listen keenly. We'll say the same to the midfielders. What's happened then? And Charlie White, we need to G him up a lot here. I have faith in you guys. And he looked happy as well. So hopefully that makes a difference. We'll ask Black to take some individual team talks as well. Didn't make a difference. So let's jump into this match against Peterborough in League One. And there we go. Look at it. You can see my jazzy suit, the orange suit with the pink shirt, the white tie, the white pants. A little bit more of an eccentric manager for League One here, but there we go. Peterborough knock it out wide. So we've got Baldwin to start. He's going to put it forward, and here we go. Not forward, and that's it from the kickoff highlight. Not much going on here. So Marshall throwing from the right. Vancelo puts it back to Marshall. He gets it into McMahon. McMahon playing a lot further forward than we usually like. He's not set to be that far forward. He doesn't have the attack duty like Meredith does. So seemingly a little bit out of position there since we've got to stick to positions. But Cullen knocks it out wide to Meredith. In the centre to Vancelo. So working it out wide, it does open a little bit more space. We did go with... Just go have a look. We did knock this to playing a little bit more... Got it to playing fairly wide. It seems to open up a little bit more space in the centre of the field. And here we go. McMahon now puts it into Marshall. Clark gets it back through to Marshall. Marshall in a bit of space. Whips it across the goal, but there's no one there. And that just trundles out for a goal kick. We want to get a nice result here at London Road. And we win in the possession battle we are. So we're cutting Peterborough off here. As we can see. Does that mean there? Let's just have a look. Last 5 minutes overall. But pretty even overall. We'll keep that overall. It always confused me the last 5 minutes. I want to see what the overall action zones are at the moment. I'm not bothered too much about the 5 minutes action zones. So Kilgallen doesn't seem to be that he's been showing up too much for pace here. They don't have a Taylor's not, and we say that, and then it looks like they're about to break. Taylor's not the fastest, and he blasts it from way outside the box over the bar. So we're not having our usual away from home. We're not having the sort of dominance that we've had in the last 2 games with the shots. Seems to be a lot quieter of a game here. And Taylor again shooting from way outside the box. Sattlemeyer easily collects that, pulls it down. So it looks like we're struggling a little bit going forward. Not creating. Marshall just trips over himself there. Yeah, we're struggling to open up a lot of avenues here. And Taylor breaks through, gets the better side of Knight Percival, but Knight Percival gets back in, gets a block in, knocks it out for a corner. Yeah, we're not enjoying it. We've got the possession, but we're not opening up any channels, any sort of space to get any shots in, it looks like. Knight Percival gets that away. Willett now. Can we break here? Can we get a break in? No, we can't. That's the end of that highlight. McMahon, meanwhile, free kick and a goal! Puts it past McGee. His near post. That's an absolutely amazing free kick to beat him on his near side. It's such a tiny space to aim for, and he whipped it in with some real ferocity there. Beautiful curling shot on McGee. Pretty much had no chance with that, so hopefully that opens the game up a little bit more for us now, because Peterborough are going to be wanting to push forward a little bit, and Clark just pushes that out of play. Peterborough will now get the ball back in their own half, and they're going to break forward here into Grant. Are we going to get an immediate... No, Kilgallen gets it, pumps it upfield. And no, Peterborough win the ball back there pretty easily. That long punt, not really in our game plan. He shouldn't be doing that. And there we go. He's just sort of clearing up the field, Kilgallen. No nonsense. It has worked this time, and a good tackle there from Grant, but it's broken to White, who gets a shot in, and McGee gets his palm behind that, pushes it over the bar. McMahon, as usual, should be taking this corner, whips it in, and that was Knight Percival, I think, almost getting to that. So we're opening up the game a little bit more now in our favour. Marshall just sort of stands in the way, gets the ball back. Clark now pushes it to Cullen. Hopefully we can just gain a little bit of space here. That Peterborough tighten a little bit tighter. I'm guessing it's because they have that three-man set right across the centre of midfielder that it's a little bit hard for Meredith. Whips it into the back post. Marshall can't quite get there. Marshall looks pretty lanky in this, but he's like 5.5 foot, I think. He's not the tallest of people, but all the players in Football Manager all look about the same size. It would be good if they could take the height into account, and it showed the difference in height between the players. We've got another corner here. McMahon whips this ball in. Clark quite can't get to it. Cleared there by Peterborough. Charlie White. Was he outside the box then? We've got Charlie White to be set inside the box. I don't know why he's outside the box here. Keeps seemingly doing that. Maybe we have to look at the set pieces again. But White should be in the bottom area. They've got a free kick right on the edge, and they can't replicate what McMahon did. It's wide of the post there. Coming up to half time now. We've got a few tired players here, so didn't go to extra time, but I'm guessing it's to do with the cup matches. I think they did beat Yeovil last time out. So we're going to be calm, I think. We'll be calm. Things are going quite well. I'm happy with your performance. Order. Go out there and give these fans their money's worth, because they're away. We should have a big away following. We always do have a big away following in real life, so hopefully that's going to be keep going here. But we dropped there, so let's just go passionate with the midfield. I'm very happy with your playmaking efforts. Made everyone happy. Defensive, we'll go assertive. You weren't that bad. We were pretty solid, so that keeps them. And then Charlie White will ask for more. There's a lot more to come from you. So listen, Keenly didn't do much. Right, so start of the second half now. I don't think much is going to be happening from the kick-off, but we may be surprised here. Marshall takes it out wide, and a tackle there from Hughes pushes it out of play. And we're further forward here. McMahon taking the throw-in. Man puts it, but Peterborough get the ball immediately back. A pretty poor throw-in and pumped over the top. Knight Percival makes a mistake though. It comes free for Taylor, who instead of pulling that back in the inside to Nichols, decides to shoot from way outside the box. Pretty much miss hit there. So what's that? A 2,422 away fans. So we're taking up just under a third of the crowd here. So we've got a big away following here out of the almost 8,000 fans in attendance. McMahon plays it short to Vansler, who puts it back to Percival. So this is more like it. This is sort of the play we want, and then spread it out wide up and up a little bit of space down the middle. But Meredith now loses it. Just saying that's the sort of play that we want. Try to open up channels and open. White Clark gets in the way. I thought that was Charlie White then, but it wasn't. And Grant coming forward. Vansler can't quite get the tackle. And Nichols in a little bit of space for the first time, and that just looked to bounce off Sattelmeyer's chest there. Goes out for a corner. Madison whips the ball in. Cullen. First man. Pretty poor corner there from Peterborough. Can't even beat the first man. So things just going nice and steadily here for us. Peterborough have actually had more passes than us, but we've dominated possession. So we're sort of hanging on to the ball when we get it. We're moving about a little bit slower than we should be doing. We've got the tempo set a little bit higher. But it seems to be working for us at the moment. And there we go. We've taken back over on passes now. Things sort of calming down again in the second half like it did in the Blackpool game. We're going for a long stretch of time here. We've got it set to extended. And maybe we'll think about going comprehensive in future. But if we stick to extended, maybe I can get 2 episodes out a day. So maybe that's a little bit better to do it that way. Forrester now gets it to Edwards. Nichols, and Sattelmeyer pushes it over the bar. Sattelmeyer deep. A good save there. Keeps us in the game. Keeps us in the lead. Kilgallen gets it away. Comes out to Anderson now on the edge of the box. Clark dispossesses him. Quick move up to White, but he's pretty lonely here. We have a break coming on. Who's this coming through the centre? Come on, Cullen coming through the centre, but White gets dispossessed. And Peterborough once again get a chance to break, and Samuelson there had a real clear opening there. His teammates didn't spot him. We may have to think about dropping the defence a little bit deeper here, because they're getting a few breaks on, aren't they? Seem to be gone to a long ball situation, so maybe we'll just drop a little bit slightly deeper, just to stop those balls coming through. Maybe we'll switch. Maybe we'll switch Vansler back into this position here. Kilgallen's a little bit slow, and then we'll get Timothy Dieng on. He's a little bit more defense minded than Nicky Law. We don't really want to be Nicky Law in a position where we're winning. Maybe we can bring Alex Jones on in a little bit. Billy Clark getting a little tired, but we don't really have. We could bring Nicky Law on up front. Clark's a little bit tired. We're about 78. We'll bring Nicky Law on, and then we can bring Jones on to close out the game. We'll get Law on. So Vansler now in the centre of defence. Smith whips it in. Keeper came, but Knight Percival managed to get away. Silva Lopez now gets it, pushes it back into the centre. Nichols gets it, and a long shot there. Wide, no trouble. Hopefully we can hang on to this win. It would be a great win if we could get the result at London Road. It's not a win I really would have been expecting, considering what happened at Port Vale. But no, my man, get rid of it. What are you doing? You're supposed to pass it quicker than that. And Forrester shoots from outside the box. Luckily, when Peterborough do get forward, we're limited to shots from 25 yards out. They're not really connecting. Should we get Jones on? He's got a little. We'll get Jones on. He's got a little bit more speed than Charlie White, so hopefully that'll make Peterborough sit a little bit deeper. In mind that Alex Jones can break if we need him to. And a long shot, and just wide then. Was that from like 30 yards out? What was that? Was that Bruno Lopez? Silva Lopez, that's his name. We're under the cosh here. Maybe we should switch to our... And Sattermeyer gets out. We're going to switch, aren't we? We're going to switch to the short tactic that we did against Blackpool. Hopefully that can see us out for this game here. We want to switch it to counter as well, because I think it's set to control. We want to switch that to counter, or maybe even defensive here, just to see out this game, because Peterborough are getting back into it. And Law, as we say that, Law gets dispossessed. They're going to pump it forward here. We haven't actually quite switched tactics yet. Peterborough coming forward. No, Sattermeyer. No, come on. I thought he was going to palm it right into the hands of one of them there. Right, so we want to change this to counter. Should we even go defensive? Yeah, because we just want to keep possession now. We can just frustrate and pass it around here with this tactic, and we've actually higher up the field now. So Dieng puts it back out to McMahon. McMahon gets it to Marshall. Can Marshall float one in? No, Cullen. Cullen's not been shooting out from outside the box, and that's a good drawing of the foul there from Dieng to waste a little bit more time. This is McMahon going to whip it into the box now. Can we get a late goal here to put this beyond doubt? Shots have not been the best this time, 5, but 1-0. Can't complain about that. It's what we wanted. McMahon taking his time over the free kick. Ball gets it away. It's going to come out to Knight Percival. Whips one in straight into the hands of McGee. A minute left. Are we going to be able to see out this game? McGee surely just going to pump this one forward. It's a massive kick from McGee. Nichols in. It's a foul from Knight Percival. So Peterborough get the late free kick just outside the box. We've got a 2-man wall. Looks like Dieng in the centre. We've got both. Is that Dieng? We can't actually click him. Can't click Dieng. It's Marshall in the wall. Comes away. Ball. Tries to hit it. And Cullen. Get rid of it, Cullen. Get rid of it. That's it, Jones. You hold that ball up now. Flick it, pass it back. Don't lose that ball. What are you doing, Alex? And Sattermeyer pungs off the save. Come on, we need this first win of the season. Don't let him in here. Don't let him in. Cleared away, and that's full time. The Mighty Bantams, the first win in the league. 2 wins in a row now. Everyone's seemingly happy morale-wise. I don't think we need anything specific, but we're going to praise these guys. Passionate, a very nice victory, everyone. And... Tony McMahon had a great game, so we'll praise him. I'm very happy with your performance today. Look to switch off. I'm just not going to praise anyone in this game. Let's try it with Percival. We'll do it a little bit more calmly. You impressed me out there. Listen keenly. Yes. Listen keenly indeed. Why don't you? Right. Continue to post my analysis. So Knight Percival, actually man of the match. 8.3. Didn't say it was that highly rated. Or was I looking at the first half rating? Anyway, 8.3. Man of the match from Knight Percival. Tony McMahon the goal after 28 minutes from a free kick, so that's pretty decent for an away game. We sort of just kept Peterborough to outside the box. We took our chance when we got it, and we're now. I didn't actually update the competition standings yet, but we see Wimbledon beating Bolton, Charlton beating Northampton, Coventry beating Shrewsbury, Fleetwood 2-0 over Scunthorpe, 2-2 between Gillingham and Bury. MK Dons, who we play next, they now won 2 games. Yeah, they won the first game and won a second game, so away. Going to be away at Stadium NK. It's going to be a pretty hard match, I think. Hopefully it's away from home, so hopefully we can do something like this. We're just going to aim to frustrate MK Dons as much as we can. Just have a look at the inbox. Bradford City fortunate to beat Peterborough. Bradford City recorded a somewhat fortuitous win over Peterborough United on a wet afternoon at London Road. Fullback Tony McMahon gave Bradford City the lead with a free kick into the top corner from 25 metres in the 28th minute. Current manager Funny Face joined Bradford City. Funny Face? I'm not Funny Face. Fuzzy Face. Joined Bradford City in July 2016. Has been in charge for 6 weeks. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. So that now puts us into 13th place in the league. A loss and a win. Yeah, so hopefully we can go on and build from this here. A draw against MK Dons, a win against Coventry, and then we've got the cup. Second round, the draw was a home game at QPR. That's going to be pretty hard, isn't it? QPR currently 13th in the Sky Bet Championship. They've got 1 draw so far. They haven't actually played their second game of the season yet. Have they got a game coming up? Cardiff, they beat Crawley 4-0 in the first round. So that is really going to be the hard game for us coming up pretty soon. But between them, we've got MK Dons Coventry, game against Oldham, then the Checkatrade Trophy Group D game against Bury. Yeah, so we've got a couple of interesting games coming up. Hopefully we can get a draw against MK Dons, a win against Coventry. I don't want another loss this early in the season. Hopefully we can just keep building on from the couple of wins that we've just got. Getting used to the tactic. Mentality, awkward. Competent in a few places. Still a long way to go in getting everyone used to this tactic. Do we have anyone coming back? Derby, 9 days, 3 weeks away. 5 days away. And Hiwula, 4 days away. So Hiwula, what is it to MK Dons? Only 3 days. So Hiwula could be on the bench for Coventry. There's no chance of him being back here. I'm going to be pretty tired over these next couple of games. That we all spread out over a week and a bit. Look at that. Such a tough schedule here. All pretty much grouped together. No like full week's rest until we get to this gap between Millwall and Gillingham. But anyway, that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you're not already subscribed and you would like to see more of this Football Manager series. But until next time, I'll see you later and goodbye.